live on EA Sports. And tonight, it's a Windy City special. I'm Ed Cohen with the former Chicago Bull. It's Jay Williams.
Ed, we're talking about the best of the best. These guys on the court represent less than 0.001% of the world. I can't wait to see this star-studded affair.
Jay, you know the feeling as the 10 players take the court and we get ready for the opening tip. A drive to the basket, but the shot rattles in and out. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
It can only be one of two things here. One, the defender ran out of gas. Or two, this dude is just unstoppable.
LeBron with it up top, trailing by 4. LeBron James. Missed his first. That one goes.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Paul George. Shot from the lane won't go. To Cousins. Davis to Kyle Kuzma. From long range. That's off the side of the rim, no good. Leonard to Paul George. Fires the three, and Paul George good on the quick release there.
I hope everyone here knows the golden rule. Guys, remember, sharing is caring.
And stuffs it home.
I see the easy dunk, but what I don't see is energy. Scream, do something. Get yourself emotionally involved in the game.
Leonard. Deep right corner. To George. Just off the mark.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
His first effort, off the mark.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Great defense, forcing the miss. To Davis. Oh, a lot of contact. Shots no good, and no foul. Leonard. Kyle Kuzma snatching it out of the air.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Strong finish that time for Danny Green.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
To Paul George. Lets it fly from long range. Hits the trifecta. Jay, when you break down Paul George, where is he at his best?
He needs to be engaged. He needs to have the ball in his hands. He needs to be needed. And that's the biggest thing for Paul George. When he's the guy offensively and he makes those clutch shots, it re-engages him defensively. And that drives him to be the best version of Paul George there is.
To Cousins. Knocked loose. Cousins, tough matchup against George. Flushes it home.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
Lakers ball. LeBron James. He's 3 of 5. 60% shooting from the field.
This offseason, I heard so many voices, even that of the great Shaquille O'Neal, talking about how LBJ needed to cement his own legacy. Well, for LeBron, it's not about chasing external accolades. It's about hunting your own legacy, and that's to be the greatest of all time.
Leonard. He engulfed him that time. To Kyle Kuzma. To Davis. Lakers down to 4 on the shot clock. And he finishes at the rim.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Now the Clippers call a timeout as they'll make sure they're aligned here in a 2-point basketball game. time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. LA Clippers with the basketball to Leonard. Fires the three, and Kawhi Leonard buries the three with a hand in his face.
Well, the defense has been good, but the shot-making ability has been better. And sometimes for NBA players at this level, the more you're in their face, the more it helps them center their focus on the target, which is making the shot. I know it sounds weird, but trust me, it's a real thing, man.
Leonard. Double figures in the first quarter, now at 10, including that three.
And the more and more I watch, I become mesmerized with that follow-through. That release is effortless.
James, that's how you defend.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
George, that his third three in this first quarter alone.
And the defense has to push up on the offensive player. Don't let him have clear vision of the basket.
Lakers at the controls right now. Clippers have got it. Oh, ferocious slam inside. That ends the first quarter, and a nice advantage right now for the Clippers. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. Leonard to George. Strong finish for Paul George.
It's so amazing when you get a chance to see a player in his own space. It's almost as if the defense doesn't exist. He can go left, he can go right, he can attack. He's playing on that court by himself.
Danny Green to James. Short jumper misses.
And this happens all the time in this league. Sometimes offensively, you're tired. It's one of those type of nights. You combine that with the fact that the defense is hungry and active and contesting everything, that's why shots aren't dropping.
Now the Lakers going to use a timeout as they'll take a moment to go over things here in the second quarter. It down with authority.
It's not every day that you see a 6'9", 265-pound freight train coming down the lane. You probably want to step out of the way.
Lou Williams. He's finally on the board. Makes his first shot.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
And George able to gobble up the rebound. Williams across the timeline. The lead is 15. Beverly to Williams. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive, but when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want it.
Knocked loose. JaVale McGee goes to the right side. Oh, George swats it. And that's going to be out of bounds off of George. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. James buries it on the catch and shoot.
Man, you making people dance out there? I see you with the footwork.
It's the Clippers with the possession now. Leonard. Man, that was a tough shot.
For average shooters, that's not a great shot. But for a great shooter, that's a good look.
LeBron into the front court. Down a bundle. Missed it. They weren't going to give that to him.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short arm a shot.
To Leonard. Nothing going here on that drive. And the Lakers able to grab the rebound. Davis now ready to shoot at the line.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
First free throw is good. Hits a second. One more coming.
Good shot.
Perfect from the line. Hits all three of them.
Oh yeah, I like that.
Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Defense making the ball handler work. Clippers have it.
Come on, let's dig in. Let's really build this lead.
Oh, highlight moves. Tough to do with the defender all over you. And the defender over pursues, and he's called for it.
Timing was just a tad bit off.
That's his first personal foul. Team foul number 1. That's the first foul.
Leonard.
Last 2 minutes.
He was all over him.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Knocked loose. And that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Clippers. So it stays with the LA Lakers. Baseline drive, but he can't finish. Even to Zubats with the block.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Back up.
DeMarcus Cousins able to recover with the block. This will get out of bounds. Last touch by Cousins. George, he continues to shoot it well from beyond the arc. That's 4 threes now in this first half.
Yeah, and confidence comes from discipline and training. You can tell that kid's been putting in the time in the gym.
Chance here for LeBron. Just not going down. Williams into the front court. His guys hold a commanding lead. Oh, emphatic slam. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
A drive baseline, but the shot won't go.
It's easy for the offense to get agitated when you keep turning around and the defense is right there in your face. The jawing is only going to escalate.
LBJ with it. Paul George with a piece. Lakers recover.
Continuous effort is the key for your team's success. No one this entire ball game has quit on a play. That right there, that's what's going to help your team win this game.
Kyle Kuzma rejects it. Calls out of bounds. Last touch by Kyle Kuzma. And Jay, they call the foul.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
Davis. That's his first personal foul. The Lakers now hold the penalty.
And hits the first free throw.
Good shot.
And gets both to drop at the line.
I got ball, I got ball, I got ball, I got ball.
Gets it to go. Could have been more. A lot of contact, but no foul. Danny Green. Huge block. A very one-sided first half of basketball as we are at halftime. Let's get you to Orlando, where we say hello to Jalen Rose in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen. First half, very one-sided. What will the second half bring? We'll find out as we're underway. George, how's this for a hot start? He's 5 of 5 from three-point range.
And I get mesmerized every time I watch him shoot. Great release, up and down, comes down in the same spot every time.
And a nice finish at the rim.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Gets it in the left corner. The pass taken away by the Lakers. James against George. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
It's LA Clippers ball. Oh, can't do that.
Just a tic-tac foul.
Anthony Davis. That's his second personal foul. Team foul number 1.
Leonard. Shot off the mark. Good defense.
Pick up.
To Davis. Baseline drive. Davis on the drive, but a shot won't go down.
I got ball. I'm here. Here we go. I got it.
Good defense by the Lakers. They come away with the steal. Danny Green against Paul George. To Cousins. DeMarcus Cousins. Better late than never. That was his first shot, and it goes down.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Beverly into the front court. His guys holding the big lead. The pass taken away by the Lakers. It's a big finish. He's been a one-man show, but Jay, they're still down in this one.
He's their lone bright star, their only star tonight. Some other of the supporting cast members really need to step up.
Leonard. Message received. Well defended.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Clippers have the basketball. He wants it at the rim and scores.
It's almost like he had the defender on a string, and he's the puppet master.
Goes to the left side. Kuzma to James. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. That's what the King does. James, the quick catch and shoot there for 3.
I don't know how he saw his man out in the cut like that, but that was nice.
Leonard, that's good D. Shot no good.
In the first half, he pretty much made every single shot. It was magical to watch. But now that you have drawn so much attention, try to get your teammates more involved.
Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
LeBron into the front court. 14-point deficit. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
The one thing we know for certain in this league, it doesn't matter how big the margin is, you can always put together a run and get back in this one.
Nice finish at the rim.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Around the perimeter to Davis. Beyond the arc for 3. Oh, Anthony Davis still guarded well there. finds a way to hit the trifecta.
I mean, does he have eyes in the back of his head or what? I get paid money to watch and study this game daily. Even I didn't see that angle.
Now the Lakers are going to call a timeout as their coaching staff wants to talk things over here in this third quarter.
The wait is over, fans. We've added more items to our team shops, including the fan.
Looks like both teams are making substitutions.
Subbing in for the
LeBron here against Harkless.
JaVale McGee.
Straight down the middle of the lane. Way to punch it home.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
They'll get it down low to Harold. Off the assist.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
James into the front court. The deficit now up to 13. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
And he missed the free throw. To Paul George. For three, he has had the hot hand tonight. He's now 6 for 6 from beyond the arc.
And I say keep feeding him the ball. If he's not going to miss, let's make sure our offense centers around him.
Oh, LeBron James, not much more the defense could have done. He hits the contested three.
Look, that shot was going up regardless of what the defender was trying to do. That's called a heat check.
To Leonard, 4-3. He's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time. To Cousins. Great defense there, forcing the pickup to Caldwell Pope. Deep left corner. Cousins. James. Well defended.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
That ends the third quarter. It's been all Clippers so far. It'll be Lakers ball as we begin the fourth quarter. And I think the best way to describe where they stand right now is they're down, but they're not out.
It's a game we used to play in the league all the time. It's called a series of stops. That means get 3 stops in a row. Each game is a game within the game. You get 3 stops in a row, and then another 3 stops in a row, you're right back in this ball game.
Oh, they called the foul.
His timing was a tad bit off.
Leonard. And a throwdown.
Oh, man, did you see that swiftness? He dunked that thing like a tennis ball.
It looked like that in his hand. The pass taken away by the Clippers.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Beverly into the front court. The advantage is 13 points. To George. Shot clock's at 5. Down to 4. Here's a chance from long range. Across the timeline comes James. Looking to make something happen. And the slam.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
Leonard to Paul George. Going to launch beyond the arc. Add another one to his total. That's now 7 threes for the ball game.
And the ball is finding him wherever he goes on the court. Man, that boy, he the best.
Clippers have got it.
You got to go for the score here right now in this possession.
Count the bucket for 2.
In the paint, you need to finish. Just like that.
LeBron with it up top. His guys down big. And he's fouled. Nice move that time, and he's going to the line for 2.
Okay, now we're on the home stretch, and you got a big lead. Don't let your opponent back in this game by giving up extra possessions.
LeBron James, a couple of free throws on the way. Shooting 50%, some yes, some no, in this contest. able to convert on both free throws.
Number 20.
To George. The crossover gets inside and the slam dunk. At this point, if it continues, it just may be good night, Irene.
And I like that Irene line.
There you go, Jay.
And sometimes as a player on the defensive end, Ed, you need to draw a line in the sand. You have to find a way to change the narrative because right now the constant theme has been too many easy buckets.
Jay, don't deny it. You're an old soul at heart.
Yeah, I still don't know who Irene is.
Me neither.
All right.
George, no good. That's great defense. To James. Paul George tips it.
You know, sometimes basketball can become a very beautiful thing to watch. During the regular season, things can get difficult. Energy can be low. The passion at times can even be lower because players are tired. They're fatigued. But today, it's all been good. They're putting in an absolute show with killer efficiency and tremendous effort and intensity.
Leonard. And drains it.
You live by the three, you die by the three. And guess what? They're living large right now.
Los Angeles, they have it. James. Not that time. He misses. To Paul George. Strong finish for Paul George.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat five, but we're watching one man carry four other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Paul George sends it away. A couple of cracks at the line now.
Sometimes when you get up big, you get a little careless. But attention to detail through the end, that's how you avoid unnecessary fouls.
Knocks down the first.
Number 15. DeMarcus Cousins.
Goes 2 for 2. George in a matchup with Boogie. Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5?
And a putback slam.
Woo, that's nasty right there.
To Harkless. Nothing going here on that drive. Oh, the whistle. Jay, take your hands off of me.
Ed, you can't lunge like that.
That's his second personal foul. Team foul number 2. Los Angeles Lakers.
George. Now that's a contest.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
He's had a good shooting performance, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough.
Yeah, no one else pretty much helped out. As a coach, I would be irate that nobody helped pick up the slack. Look, one man can never beat 5.
Beverly. Oh, good defense by the Lakers. They come away with the steal.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in 1st and 2nd grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
They're going to make some changes with some new personnel on the floor. Free throw's good as they continue to widen their lead. This will get out of bounds. Last touch by Cousins. George, that right there, Jay, his 8th 3 of the game. He is putting on a show.
He's defying physics with that jumper. He's not even holding his foul through.
From long range. He's been dialed in from long distance. That's now 5 threes for the game.
Nothing more painful than the next day watching tape, seeing the fact that he got 15 points off three-point shots.
To James. Second effort. Davis. Oh, they call the foul, Jay.
Timing was just a tad bit off.
First one goes down. And he makes them both.
Get it, shoot it again.
And they call it.
A simple touch foul.
And he connects on the first free throw. Goes 2 for 2 at the line.
There we go. Yes, sir.
Los Angeles has the basketball. It's James. Smothering D.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
Footer at the buzzer. It's the Clippers who come away with the victory as they win this one handily. That does it. For my partner, Jay Williams, and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the